Hello, this is Susan Noland, and this is my tech tip, which is surveytool.com. And this is a site that's free that you can use for surveys that you might want to take or give to your teachers or your students. Now, there is an educational survey that's like a template that's created, and it's located at the bottom of the page under Education Surveys. But that's mostly if students or teachers are doing research. If you're just trying to get opinions, I don't know that you would find it as useful. So I'm not going to explore that part of the tool. I'm just going to show you the basics of how it works. Now, the reasons for using surveytool.com would be if you want to do some data collection and gather information, and you might be gathering facts or you might be gathering opinions, and it allows you to collect and organize large amounts of data quickly, and it can be administered easily, and then the results offer a lot of graphics to help you analyze the data. So let's get started. The first thing, you do have to sign up for this. It is free. You can pay money to get extra parts to the site, extra enhancements, but I have found that it works fine just using what comes for free. So once you've signed in, then you will need to log in with your email address and the password that you set up. And once you're in, it's very easy to start creating a survey. Now, these are 3 surveys that I have already created, but I'm going to start with a brand new one, so I just click Create New Survey. And then I can title my survey right here, and I'm just going to make a reading survey that I might like students to complete. So I'm going to put for students so I can remember what it is in the future. And if I wanted to duplicate an existing survey, I could. There are some professional templates, but this is a tool that businesses use as well as marketing executives, and then you would use it in your school. So most of the templates I found didn't really apply in a school setting. And if you've already got one completed, a survey that you've used in the past, you can upload it. But we're just going to make a blank survey. So it tells me the name, and then I can do a description if I would like to. But let's just get to adding questions. So we're going to say add a question. Now, there's lots of different types of questions that you can add if you want multiple choice, if you would like a rating scale, if you want a single text box that they answer. If you wanted to collect information about somebody, like maybe at the beginning of the year, if you want all the parents to go on and put in their information so that you can have it at ease for yourself, you could create something like that. But I'm going to do the reading survey. So let's just start with, we'll do the multiple choice. The checkbox would just mean they check. The multiple choice would mean that they would just click the little bubble. So those are basically the same. So my first question might be, what is your favorite genre to read? And then I'm going to put my choices. Now it says 2 choices, but you can add as many as you want. So I might say historical fiction, and then fantasy. Maybe I'll say realistic fiction, science fiction, maybe nonfiction. And then once I've decided I like those are my choices, it appears right here, then I can just say add to the bottom. Okay, let's add a different type of question this time. Let's do a rating scale question. And let's say ask a question like on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, how well do you enjoy reading for pleasure? Now, choices are poor, fair, average, good, and excellent, but my question said on a scale of 1 to 5. So I'm going to go to column choices, and I can actually just take all of them out, and I can just go in and put my choices of 1 to 5. So you can easily change what it comes up as a template, as a set answer choice if that doesn't suit your needs. So then I say add questions to the bottom, and now it's time to add another question. Maybe I want to find out how often students check out a new book from the Media Center. So I might ask, how often do you check out a book from the... And then my row choices, can take those out, and I can say few days. I could say once a week, every 2 weeks, or only when my teacher makes me. And if I like those choices, I like how it looks here, then I just say add question to the bottom. And then let's practice just a free response. This is only going to allow for 1 line, but maybe I want to say, tell, or what is the name of your favorite of a great book you have read recently. And then that would give a blank here for them to type in the name of the book that they've read recently. And then you say add question to the bottom. So you can keep going like that with as many questions as you might like. It's telling you that it's saved, so you know that you're okay with that. And now you're ready to get some responses to your survey. So I'm going to go here to get responses. And there's several ways I can do this. I could send out an email. I could embed a code in my website. I'm going to use the get a customized URL, which I could also embed in a website if I wanted to. But just to show you how it works, I'm just going to highlight and copy this. And then I'm going to go to the website so that you can see what it looks like when a student or teacher were to go take the survey. So it's going to look like this. Nothing real jazzy, but it's real easy for them to go through, and they can pick their best choices for their survey, and they can type in their answer, and then they say submit, and then it keeps going like that. Now let's look at the responses. So you can go right here to the tab that says My Surveys, and then you can see all of the surveys that you have given to students or teachers. And I can say Analyze Responses. And of course, I've only got one response, not going to be very exciting, but I've got the one response. I can look at it in a bar graph, in a pie graph or bar graph, and then I can look at it in the grid format. This is going to give me the average. If you have a lot of responses, that's going to be an interesting number. Then you can also look at this question in a bar or grid because of the type of question it is. And then this is your free response, and you can click next and you can see all the responses there. You can also export the report to a PDF if you would like, or even to an Excel spreadsheet, and it would look like this and it gives you a nice little summary that you could print or share with others. And then let me just show you for one final example. This was a survey. We had some second graders that really wanted us to gather information. They were doing an opinion writing piece on whether or not we should have iPads or tablets at our school. And so they took the iPads around and they used this website, and they took surveys and asked students and adults about whether or not we should have tablets at our school. And they came to the Media Center first, and we talked about what would make a good question, and then together we created the survey. And then they went around and gathered the responses, and they they got responses from 38 people. So their first question was, what grade are you in? And one of the choices was an adult, because I did ask some adults. And so then when you go to the pie chart, you can kind of get a good handle of the types of people that they ask for their survey. And they asked, would you like to have tablets here at school? And surprise, surprise, it was an overwhelming 89% said yes. Then they were curious about how many tablets each class needed. And so this, again, is not a surprise that many children thought we needed one for everyone in the class. And then would you be willing to participate in fundraisers to help raise money for the tablets? Then the students took this data and they used that to help them when they were writing their opinion writing piece. So it was a really great experience for them. And so hopefully go ahead and try Survey Tools sometime with your students and see how it works. I would caution you to make sure that your questions and your answers are well thought out, and because really the best results do come from well thought out questions. So enjoy.